I always loved cinema. I had my own spiritual awakening sort of feeling that I wanted to go make a film because I'm a child of a Holocaust survivor, to make a film about the moral dilemmas of Jews fighting Nazis. So I went forward with that. I had helped on film openings. I had done a lot of human rights work. I decided I'm going to go make a film about Jews fighting Nazis, that this is a question I had, a very unfair question that I think a lot of children of survivors grew up with, is why didn't Jews fight back? Where in fact it was against all odds. There was no nation, there was no army. And that is the film I was able to co-write, and he directed and edited with Josh Woletsky, and I'm very proud of that. Also, it turns out it was in Lithuania, where my dad was originally from, and his mother had died, although he had come here earlier. So I think every one of my films, because also it takes so long to work on, are inspired of a topic I feel very passionate about. So the American Film Institute has a women's directing program. So I went out there, I was in the program one summer, and I had to come with a script idea. So again, it's something I felt passionate about, which besides art and history and filmmaking is politics. And in 2000, I believe that Al Gore won Florida, and therefore the Democrats won the election. But we all know what the Supreme Court decided. However, there was one aspect of that that seemed really ridiculous, and that's when especially the residents of Palm Beach County went to vote, and there was a butterfly ballot, and all of a sudden the results come out, the Jews voted for Pat Buchanan. So I can remember my mother saying to me on the phone, no Jew ever knowingly voted for Pat Buchanan, because we have a little history. Yeah. So I decided to make a humorous but very painful comic tragedy about how they woke up that morning thinking they're going to vote for Lieberman. I mean, it was a tribal thing. I think, a lot of us groups have that. And they come home and realize they vote for Buchanan. So that's a little 20-minute film called Today I Vote for My Joey. And I had finished that. And again, I'm thinking, meanwhile, I also started a Jewish film festival. I started writing reviews. I'm oftentimes on TV. It's just, film is totally my life. Also help with grassroots advanced work for film. So I was thinking, what would be the next topic? And I went into the Jewish Museum in New York, and they had an exhibit called Jews Entertaining America. And if you haven't gotten by now, my modus operandi in making films is what I called underknown Jewish heroes. The Jews fought the Nazis, that there was this wonderful golden age of baseball player, Hank Greenberg, and there was one woman at one time, and we're talking 30 years, from 29 until the late 50s, who wrote, produced, and starred in her own show called The Goldbergs. And it's just amazing. She developed the whole concept of the sitcom where people would live in apartment buildings and walk into each other's door. That is the most successful prototype. Yeah. And the young kids in the audience here know Friends and Seinfeld, but there was also Honeymooners and Lucille Ball. Yep. And it's the same premise. And she just has never gotten her just praise for all she did.